Well, I thought I thought we had the thing, but looks like I don't have the intro going here, so that's okay. I'm just going to make sure everything is live and ready to go. I see it running here in the background. So, what's up, everybody? Lead Meteorologist John Choquette here. Literally just in time. As I was going live, we have a tornado warning now in effect in the southwestern sections of the Oklahoma City Metro. So we are going to be doing continuous live coverage here. Put comments in the comments section here, watching us on Facebook or on YouTube, wherever. It should pop up in the description below or above my head here in the video. So I'm actually going to also have it running internally here so I can see it as well. So just give me like 2 seconds here, guys. I'm gonna get this set up. Okay, stream. I got my chat open here, and I think we are good to go. All right, what's up, everybody? Lead Meteorologist John Choquette here for storm coverage. We've had a pretty powerful derecho. We're going to call it a derecho event here across Oklahoma. We've had quite a bit of intense winds. We had a wind gust up to 114 miles an hour confirmed so far with this. So clearly I'm at my house. Word of warning, obviously living in Oklahoma City, there is a non-zero chance if this storm doesn't screw around, I lose power. If that's the case, I will likely go live on my cell phone and I'll just record what's happening in my house and just kind of roll from there. So yeah, put questions in below. We'll go over this. We're going to start with what you're seeing on the screen here and work our way through. So what does DFW look like? First question. You guys will see some storms later tonight, but it really does not look like you guys are going to see anything as crazy Oklahoma City is about to see. So we've been getting some strong winds. I know if you are in, like David, you just said, if you're in Oklahoma City like we are, like I am, you notice the winds have picked up quite a bit here in the last hour or so. Pretty strong southerly wind. This is the inflow into this line of storms here that is causing everything pulling into the storm. So we have a very strong jet that is feeding into this line of storms, and with that we're getting gusts upwards almost 60 miles an hour before the storms even get here. Those winds are going to shift and start racing west to east as this pulls in. So we've had a history of some crazy winds. We've had a report of one south of Bridgeport of 80 miles an hour, 66 from Mesonet, 66 from Mesonet as well at the Fort Cobb Reservoir. We've had 77 miles an hour both in Clinton and in Hobart. We've had winds in the 63 from the ASAW station, Altus, 69 in Tipton, and we also have some tornado warnings as well. So this thing is warned all across the Oklahoma here, like this whole line going all the way from the southernmost county in Kansas all the way down deep into Texas to the I-20 corridor. So what does that mean? It means that you're getting at least 60 mile per hour winds coming with this, and it is windy back behind it as well. We had up towards 75 miles an hour at 6:15, which was after the storm had passed through the Texas Panhandle. So we do have this. The National Weather Service did include a mesoscale discussion here that does include talking about this intense Boeing segment that is moving towards Oklahoma City with around that 9 p.m. hours. So here within the next hour here in Oklahoma City with potentially up to 80 to 90 mile an hour winds. Obviously, if that hits here, especially in like central OKC where I live, the stream will cut off abruptly. So we're going to look now at a little closer here within our feed. So I'm going to change around a couple things. So that way my screen isn't screwing around with stuff. Okay, so what we have here, where my mouse is at, right? We got, what can we expect around Joplin? Joplin, it'll be much later, so these storms will have plenty of time to weaken. Probably wind gusts closer to 60 versus that 80 to 90 potential here. So what we're seeing right now, we have a tornado warning in effect in Caddo County. This is for including places like Mustang here in Oklahoma. We're looking, this is reflectivity here on the upper, where my mouse is at, upper left. This is correlation coefficient. In the upper right, we usually use this to find hail. This is going to be more finding for tornadoes. We have had some hail in this as well. We'll break that down for you here in a second. This is storm relative velocity. It's just giving you an idea of where the tornado potential is and the wind gusts. And this is called NROT. This basically is normalized rotation. So it's giving you an idea to help assist where that tornado could be. So talking about the hail, Carnegie did see some quarter-size hail a while ago. There has been some wind-driven hail with this. Memphis, Texas had 114 mile per hour wind gusts with golf ball size hail earlier. So I'm not saying we're going to have anything like that here in Oklahoma City. We have seen golf ball size hail in Hobart, along with winds to 77 miles an hour. So again, pretty nasty stuff. Anywhere where you see on reflectivity, like here just to the east of Anadarko, you did just get hail. Notice though, correlation coefficients, usually you want to see the correlation coefficient get to greens and blues and all that for when you want to have the big hail potential here. So there is hail falling, notice high reflectivity, but the correlation coefficients are also a little higher. So that hail size is probably closer to 1 inch hail, most likely impacted Anadarko, and a smaller hail mixing in as well. But the winds are no joke with this. A lot of the radar is picking this up. I mean, it's about 4,000 feet up, but at 4,000 feet, the radar is indicating winds in the 80s. So when it mixes down to the surface, could we be mixing it down to in the 80s? We'll find out from the Anadarko Mesonet station, but very likely you can subtract an amount of that. So winds 60 to 70 are most likely what ripped across Anadarko with that hail as well. So you have that tornado warning here up to the north. It looks like over by, you see that couplet here down in the Spring Creek area. This could be that potential. So here, weirdly on the backside of the storm, because this is so convective and intense that the tornadoes, a couple tornadoes may be showing up on the backside of the storm here. There is a potential. I'm noticing this little guy, notice the correlation coefficient kind of separated out. It's lining up with the hook of the storm and with that circulation to potentially get the potential here for a tornado. Brief tornado may have happened by Spring Creek, and that is what we have to be concerned about as we move into Oklahoma City. There's going to be very fast moving storms, very quick potential for a tornado. It could spin up very quickly and then move on just as quickly. So you're not going to get a ton of warning with this. I'm anticipating that we will see a tornado warning continuing with this storm as it pulls into Oklahoma City. So we are rocketing to the northeast. So these storms are moving northeast at 40 miles an hour. And my lights are flickering a little bit already with this wind gust. And and the overall line's moving east at 70 miles an hour. So we're moving highway speeds, guys. And these storms are now beginning to pull into El Reno. So that means we will be getting to Oklahoma City here in the next 45 minutes or so. So things may get pretty wild as we continue to push through the metro here. So let's see, we had a 64 mile per hour wind gust. I'm seeing some lightning now at my window as of 10 minutes ago, as this is now about to move into Chickasha. So Chickasha looks like you guys are going to be getting some these storms next here. Let me get CDR here. There is some hail with this, so where you see those pink reflectivity extending from north of Verdon all the way down to Highway 277, that's going to be a brief but intense line of powerful winds in excess of 60 miles an hour, potentially in excess of 70 miles an hour, and then hail maybe up to that 1 inch in diameter as it rips through Chickasha here in the coming few minutes. All right, we now have a new severe thunderstorm warning. Let me break it down here to the entirety of from Oklahoma City. Looks like pretty much riding along I-44, so my house is included here, from I-44 in Oklahoma City south all the way down to the Red River here. So this entire warning, so this is for this entire line, again from about I-44 in Oklahoma City down to the Red River. and we'll break down what it says. 70-mile-per-hour winds is what is warned for, and up to 1-inch hail. It was located, again, and this storm is moving east. It's 60 miles per hour. So this is a intense line of storms here with winds, again, upwards of 70 miles an hour. Again, we're getting estimates of all kinds of different speeds in this pretty regularly into the 60s and 70s as we are moving to Oklahoma City. So places where the most likely highest impact based off of what we're seeing right now is going to be is south of I-44 in Oklahoma City. So places like Bethany, like Mustang, like Oklahoma City, or like, again, central and southern Oklahoma City, Moore, Norman, Newcastle, Goldsby, Purcell, Chickasha is going to be up first, Duncan, and all the way down to Lawton. Here, Lawton, you're about to get impacted right now as well. So this is a very widespread, far-reaching, severe weather event. So I'm still live, right? Okay, yeah, no, I am. Okay, good. Just making sure I'm still live. Little power flickers could really cause some issues. All right, so going back to this. So again, this tornado warning, it is moving, this storm moving northeastward. The tornado warning, I wouldn't be surprised if it extends into Oklahoma County to include Yukon, to include Bethany and the Village in Oklahoma City here in the next 20 minutes or so, as this continues to move off to the north and to the east. So here, coming in the Chickasha, we have this line of storms. Again, we're moving this off to the east here. This is all hail. You have a hail algorithm showing 1.52 inches. Very unlikely. If you were getting ping pong ball, like at least high quantities of ping pong ball size hail, this would be bottoming out what you're seeing here, except but over where the reflectivity is, and the correlation coefficient would be much lower. You want to see those colors, the yellows and the greens, when you want a lot of hail happening. This looks like it is some hail, a very brief, very wind-driven burst of hail will impact Chickasha here very soon. Look how fast this is moving. This is about, let's see, we'll roll back. So let's see, the most recent update is at 8:47. We'll roll back 10 minutes. 10 minutes, not even in my frame anymore. So this continues to go racing off to the east here, guys. So these storms are fast. They're going to pack a punch, and they're going to move out, and there's going to be wind. Whoa, man, that lightning was nearby. I'm going to actually open my shade. I want to be able to see if I can see lightning strikes as they come in here. So you're going to hear thunder. Again, a lot of lightning here in the metro with this stuff. This is all inflow coming into the storm here in Oklahoma City. So the area of most concern, notice here on, I'm going to bring it down. We'll just do 2 panels for now, and we'll bring it. So now we have storm relative velocity and the actual storm. Notice this punch here of the blue and purple colors. This is strong winds. Notice I'm reading my mouse right here saying 82 miles an hour at 2,800 feet above the ground, 80 miles an hour. So winds in the 70s likely as this punches off to the north here. Whenever you see within this intense line of storms, when you see the velocities, so when you're seeing the winds make a little bow segment like this here, racing off to the northeast, that's where your really intense concentration, your strongest winds are going to be. So even knowing the tornado threat seems to be going down a fair bit at this exact moment, I don't really see too much of the, okay, we got some crazy comments coming on here, some wild stuff. So when you see, again, this punch of the strongest winds racing to the northeast, that's where the potential of that much greater than 65 and 70 mile an hour winds, possibly closer to that 80 mile per hour winds, are going to be at. So that's located right now near Pocasset, and it's heading towards Minco very quickly. Minco, Union City, parts of Mustang and Yukon. So we are moving in this general direction here. So to the north and east very fast. So places like Mustang and Yukon, anywhere where you're in that tornado warning, that is most likely where you're going to see those strongest winds. And then where if you're curious, the little yellow plus is where I live, so we may be getting that here. And if that happens, I will switch things over into my phone so we can just kind of see in real time what's going on. So, okay, that 80 is from earlier. So, yes, power outages are very possible. I'm going to venture a guess that there are quite a few power outages happening as we are speaking here across a large section of this line of storms. Looks like another line back here as well. And that means that power go out. Might see a delay in reports coming in because of the fact that people are losing power and are unable to properly report what is actually happening. So again, could be a pretty intense situation here as we are continuing to watch these storms. Okay, we did have a few tornadoes as well. Let me bring up this and I'll roll things back as we wait for storms to continue moving towards Oklahoma City. When I roll things back, we did actually have look at all these reports that have come in over the last few hours. These storms have moved very fast. This is only a couple hours. Like, we're moving across from Amarillo all the way into the Oklahoma City metro here very, very soon. So I'm gonna roll back. I'm sure a bunch of reports had come in the past. We had a tornado near Hobart, just to the northwest of Hobart. It was a pretty nice looking cone tornado. Thankfully, it looks like it hopefully missed some stuff. The town of Cheyenne, we know had a tornado. We have two tornado warnings currently. One near Jet, Oklahoma, and another one to the north of Enid. And then again, this third tornado warning down here includes Minko, Mustang, and sections of Yukon. Again, these are moving to the east. The hail has primarily been what we had forecasted earlier. Up to that golf ball size hail to the west, quarters east. Again, these lines of storms do not promote major hail growth. It shows hopefully no structure with those tornadoes. Hopefully not. So, but that hail growth looks like we need 2-inch hail in Minnesota. That's going to be a minute for that 2-inch hail in Minnesota. You guys got to get through winter first. So, yeah, okay. Now we're looking at the most recent radar update. Looks like Chickasha. We got these storms moving into Chickasha right now. West sides of Chickasha. Strong winds, estimating up to close to 80 miles an hour, only about 3,000 feet above the ground. We got that hail extending pretty much in a straight line along whichever highway this is, Highway 81. And this is racing to the east very fast, about 70 miles an hour. Look at that. It just updated again. So this is a 2-minute update. So 2 minutes ago, Highway 81, we're now in central Chickasha. It is hailing, and it is windy in Chickasha right now. Again, velocities I'm picking up ranging from the 60s up to into the 80s here with this line of storms. Could be pretty intense. I'm going to actually bring up radar scope on my other phone here. Let me see. Okay. Get us into the Oklahoma City area. Okay, we're getting reports in Chickasha. You've got, that P to dime size hail. So again, not surprising when you look at it, when you're looking at this specifically for hail. Notice the correlation coefficient, not super impressive. Yeah, could there be some quarters in there, here or there? Probably. But it's most likely small hail and a lot of very powerful wind with this. Not high volume, definitely isolated hail. So even if definitely some melting. So if a report comes in Chickasha of like golf ball size hail or something, it's probably the only stone. It's very likely this is mostly subsevere hail and very powerful winds. So we're already impaying report before these storms even moved in of wind damage showing up. So that means, again, look at that, we got another update. 2 minutes later, we're already out of Chickasha. The most intense portion, that first initial blast of a storm, just moved through Chickasha just now. We'll find out how strong that wind was. I do have the Oklahoma Mesonet open here on this tab, and we're going to continue to keep a close eye on this to see what comes in the most in the 5-minute updates, and then they'll also have maximum gusts as well. We will see storm reports come in as well. Look at that. Okay, there you go. So he said estimated quarter size hail in Chickasha. So pretty much what I was saying. Very likely isolated. Very likely not too much. What's up, Joel? Not too much crazy stuff in terms of hail with this. Definitely some hail happening here, but it is the wind. We got a 72 mile per hour wind gust just clocked in Lawton. This is definitely some intense wind, guys. This is, wind damage very likely in quite a few areas. I know obviously wind can be much more spotty unless you're talking about something like a major hurricane or a tornado, but this looks to be very intense. So now let's move away from Chickasha. We're going to talk about what's moving towards Oklahoma City and towards where I live. And we have now Minko. You are okay. This is a little interesting, and I'm actually going to pull out of 2 panels because notice here, follow my mouse, left hand side of screen, the little curly Q back here, right where it says Minko, and then here on the velocities, a little bit of a tightening of the winds blowing in, that rotation coming in. This could be a problem here, guys. And it looks like, yeah, they just updated that tornado warning because of that problem. Radar indicating we could see. I wouldn't be surprised if a quick spin up happens right here in Minko, right at the tip of this. And even then, this is going to be some very powerful wind on the back side of the storm here. So where I'm clocking winds around 70 miles an hour, around 80 miles an hour in amber. As all this is pushing off to the northeast, this is surging to the northeast. That wind's between 60 and 80 miles an hour here, anywhere from Minko to amber. And this is racing northeast towards Mustang and Yukon. They'll cross I-40 here by about 9:15 at the latest. I mean, this thing is hauling, guys. This is racing. No, it's racing to the northeast. So right in here, that potential for a tornado doesn't look quite as strong as it did a couple minutes ago, but we could keep an eye on that. That tornado warning, again, I think will end up getting extended into western sections of Oklahoma City, probably in the next 15 minutes or so, because of the fact that this is such a dynamic, tightly wound storm. And even if there isn't a tornado, the backside of this is going to be very, very windy. So you're going to get hit with that storm, and then the wind on the backside of it is going to be really intense. Yes, this is a very powerful, very unusual. It's February, right? It's February in Oklahoma. You had tornadoes, definitely a couple tornadoes already. I mean, we for sure have had a couple. Xactimate took wind out of the loss selection. Well, I do know nothing about Xactimates, so I can't comment on that at all. But I mean, wind can be serious. Ask the folks in Des Moines about Derechos, the Cedar Rapids area. The August 10th, 2020 was one of the most damaging severe weather events ever, and that was wind. That wasn't a tornado or a hurricane. It was basically a land hurricane, and that's very similar to what's kind of been here. So you see we have, that 1-inch hail in Carnegie. Okay, here we go. 71 mile per hour wind gust recorded in Chickasha. So we were looking at that, trying to see what happened when it came through. So again, the way radar works, you have the wind blowing, right? And radar goes out. And the further you get away from the facility, the radar facility, which is in close to Oklahoma City, the higher up in the sky, the radar is going to pick up the storm. So you're not going to be picking up, even knowing this is the lowest level that you see on the radar, you're not picking it up a few feet off the ground. We're picking it up at about 2,800 feet. So the question is, how much of what we're seeing at 2,800 feet, so here this was saying 76, 77 miles an hour at 2,800 feet above Chickasha, how much of that was getting to the actual surface and impacting the residents of Chickasha? And that's why I kind of waited a moment, tried to wait and see. I know Oklahoma, we're very spoiled with our Mesonet network to have lots of options to get automated readings. We have a ton of chasers out right now. So again, Chickasha, 71 mile per hour wind gust coming in, and the radar in Chickasha was showing about that, 72, 74. So it seems to be close to a 1-to-1 comparison. And as we get closer to Oklahoma City, here's the facility here, just to the east of Moore. The lower to the ground and the more accurate we're going to get to what's actually happening at the surface here. So what does that mean here, right along the H.E. Bailey, right? We have indicating 78, 79, 80. What else am I? I've got 85 just to the east of Amber here, heading towards Bridge Creek. So there's Bridge Creek right here. And the radar is picking up at about 1,900 feet, 84 mile per hour wind gusts, which means at the surface, very possible that between 75 and 80 mile per hour winds, and this is racing towards Bridge Creek right now. This is going to be impacting here. It is now 9:02. This will be impacting by 9:05. This is moving very fast. We are behind about 2 minutes on the radar because it's moving so fast. So you're getting that storm now in Bridge Creek. The strongest winds are, so you have the rain here in Bridge Creek. Strongest winds are along the back edge here, and so this is going to pack quite the punch as we keep pushing off to the east. There we go. Latest update from 9:02 right here, right along. What road am I on here? Northwest Road, the Check Hall Road in Bridge Creek. Anywhere near there, you're getting blasted right now with some strong winds. Notice another couplet showing up here along the probably right along the Canadian River here, guys. Notice that little tight couplet. That could be a quick spin-up tornado as well. Again, that's why I think they're going to extend this tornado warning into Oklahoma City because of things like this. This could very easily, notice right there, I bet if we bring up 4 panels, right? And we bring up in the lower corner here, correlation coefficient. We got to keep a close eye, see if we get any kind of little spin-up activity, lowered correlation coefficient. Look at that right there. Notice right here, lowered CCs actually showed up right there. East side of Minko, these 3 little dots, and then push it forward just one radar frame, that lowered correlation coefficient lining up here with that little bit of a couplet. That's we potentially could be seeing a tornado here, and now we got another update. Again, I wouldn't be surprised. This very possibly is a spin-up tornado, either ongoing or just lifted, crossing southwest 74th Street to the west of South Richland Road in far western sections of Mustang, between Mustang and Union City, moving northeast very fast towards Yukon here. This little couplet's on the backside of the storm. It's not out on its own. It's on the backside of the storm. I would take my tornado precautions I was in the past. Yes, Dakota, exactly. If you are anywhere in the path, we are going to see another tornado warning here at any moment for Oklahoma County. You hear your sirens, your phone starts losing its freaking mind, whatever that is. Get in your tornado safety shelter, because these things can pop up really quick and move really quick with very little warning. So anywhere where that tornado warning is, you need to heed that warning, please, for the sake of what we have here. This I'll do a little bit of meteorology with this. So this is called a bookend vortex. So it's basically you have actually never mind. I'm not gonna too sciencey on this. I'll just stop basically saying, not only are the winds on this very strong, but the winds on the backside of this storm is punching into. Yeah, look at this. Wow. Yeah, this is going to be nasty for Norman here. This cell right here is really intense. This is going to be a very intense, not only the storm itself is going to be very windy, but the backside of the storm is also going to be very windy. The wind is coming down through here, almost like the hook within the storm as it moves into Norman. So this is Norman. You are going to be impacted. Let's see, it's 9:06. You guys are going to be impacted by 9:30. Here in Oklahoma City, your strong winds, Mustang, you're gonna be getting the winds right now as it's moving in. Yukon, you're next, very, very soon. And then the airport, Will Rogers Airport, and then Southwest OKC, places like Bethany, Yukon, Mustang. This is all gonna happen in 15 to 20 minutes here as we are racing off to the north and to the east. And yep, in the chat we're talking about potential tornado. Look at that update. Okay, update right here, guys. This could be a very small little spin-up tornado. Yeah. Notice, look at that correlation coefficient. So this not only detects things like hail, but it also detects debris being lofted in the air. So when you see a little circle like this with the low correlation coefficient values, especially when it lines up very well with the little couplet we're seeing here within the backside, you can almost see like it's like almost like a hook sticking out the backside of the storm. Very likely this is a very small spin-up tornado racing to the... Oh, yep, nope, definitely a tornado. Okay, notice, so look at that. So I'm getting, obviously, I am like restarting my sentence because this is moving so fast. So our radar updated. So this is from 9:05 and 23 seconds. Notice, okay, you see this little lowering here, and you see this this couplet. So where the greens and the reds are meeting, we're getting that rotation occurring. And notice I push forward. Oh man, correlation coefficient dropped a lot, much larger area. That is debris ball signature being picked up. We hit some stuff here right along Southwest 59th Street in Mustang. This is moving to the northeast very quickly towards I-40 in Yukon. So I don't know if we've confirmed this as a confirmed tornado warning yet. Is not confirmed by National Weather Service. I'm telling you right now, this is a tornado ongoing right now here between Yukon and Mustang. So I don't know if this is either far southern Yukon or far northwestern Mustang, but it is, if you are downstream from this, Southwest 15th Street, if you are Cemetery Road, this is moving pretty much almost due northeast, is going to cross I-40 here in the next couple of minutes. This is a radar frame from 9:07. It's 9:09. This is 2 minutes behind, so moving very fast. It's possible that this has lifted, but it's also possible it is still on the ground. There we go. We have another update here. Okay, there's definitely debris lofted with this. Notice all these low correlation coefficients, the greens and the blues. That is not hail. That is, okay, power flashes are being reported. Yes, okay, power flashes being reported. That means the tornado is on the ground here. Again, this is in Yukon, all right? This is Yukon, Oklahoma. We are at, it's going to cross I-40 here in the next minute or two, all right? So this is an update from about a minute ago. We got another update there. Good thing, the little couplet we're seeing on, like, above my head doesn't look as impressive as it did a few minutes ago. So hopefully this is weakening as it is racing into the center of Yukon here, right along I-40. Again, get in your tornado shelters, take your tornado precautions now. I don't know if this warning has been updated to say that it is confirmed. It is not. Again, this is also a little deceiving. This tornadic activity seems to be showing up on the backside of this line of storms. So you get hit with that initial punch of storms, and then the tornado risk is actually behind that main line of storms, which I know can be a little unusual for what has happened before. And it looks like here we're getting another one here in Mustang, another little couplet I got to keep an eye on here. Across just the east of the town Mustang, across Highway 152. That's also moving to the northeast, and that's going to be heading towards Will Rogers Airport here in a second. So, okay, looks like we got another update, another radar update here over by Yukon. Okay, a lot of debris, looks like a lot of debris in the air, but notice it's not as compact, it's not a nice little circle. It looks like very possibly because I'm having a hard time seeing any kind of real tight rotation couplet. It looks like we may have had the tornado lift, unless, of course, you guys can confirm otherwise if someone's watching one of the local channels like News 9, KOCO, or K4, that they have visual of this thing. But based on radar, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing may have lifted by now, but it will be crossing I-40 right now. So this is the 9:10 update is 9:11 now, and we're just south of I-40, pretty much right along Garth Brooks Boulevard here in Yukon. The other area I am concerned about here is in Mustang, heading towards the Will Rogers Airport just north of Highway 152. Notice another little couplet here. I'm keeping a close eye on correlation coefficient to see if we get another debris signature like we saw over by Yukon. These little spin up tornadoes are going to keep going quick, going up. Again, not surprised by the evolution of what's been going on here so far. Wouldn't be surprised we get a tornado warning issued here for Oklahoma City very soon because of the fact that we are seeing that tornado activity. Now Edmond, North OKC, all the way to Guthrie are now under a severe thunderstorm warning as well for 60-mile-per-hour winds and penny-size hail. These storms are again moving very fast towards the northeast. So we had a 59-mile-per-hour gust from Maisonette south-southwest of Minko by about 2 miles. And we'll see what other wind gusts come in. We have a 65-mile-per-hour gust from south-southeast of Chickasha. Oh, okay. I just heard. Whoop! There it goes. All right. Okay. Tornado warning out. That means there's tornado warning for Oklahoma County because that's where I live. Let's see what we got here. Again, you guys are watching me tracking this live. We got 2 different tornado warnings, 2 different tornado signatures. There you go. Look at that. Confirmed tornado warning popped up here. Oklahoma City. This is including my house. So I'm going to be keeping a real close eye on this, guys. Radar confirmed tornado. A tornado-producing storm was located over southwestern Oklahoma City or near Mustang, moving northeast at 40 miles an hour. This is what we were seeing here, guys. There goes the tornado sirens here at my house. So if you're in the city, so this is including a large swath, all right? So here on Bethany, Village, Edmond, Arcadia, most of OKC, Mustang, Yukon, Spencer. You're hearing the sirens go off. Get in your tornado shelter now. Here is what the radar is showing. We're going to zero in on Oklahoma City, guys, all right? We have a couple different areas we're looking at, right? So we were talking about this over by Yukon in the south and southwestern sections of Yukon. You see that correlation coefficient. You see that debris being lofted in the air. Doesn't look like it's there now. It has since dispersed, and the debris is just falling out over Yukon, okay? But we go off to the east a little bit, which is what I was just talking about here over by Mustang, okay? All right, so right by Airport Road, so we're very near Will Rogers Airport. If I turn the radar off for a second, you see the airport's right here, right? I'm going to place a red dot on Will Rogers Airport. So you see on all 4 screens, okay? We're going to the northwest, Will Rogers Airport, within a mile here. That little couplet, got to keep an eye on that, guys. This could be dropping something very, very soon. Okay, yeah, tight couplet right here, literally right at the intersection of Southwest 29th and South Council, okay? Moving northeast. Oh, Jesus, this is going to get close to my house, guys. We're going to get close to my house. Moving northeast very fast, okay, about 40 miles an hour. So we're going to be downstream. Section of southern Bethany. It's going to cross I-40 here in the next couple minutes. We have, it's going to get up to Northwest 23rd Street and Meridian, all the way. Let's see. I'm trying to think where all the shops are. Where to the east of the outlet malls, where Walmart, Hobby Lobby, and McAllister's. All that is along I-40. Right where Hobby Lobby and Walmart is. It's gonna be getting real closer. Okay, we got a debris. Looks like a little bit of a debris signature here, guys. Right there, right where. Yep. That's real close. We need our radar frame, but it's very possible that this could be what we're talking about here for potential tornado. Okay. Things are going off. If you are. Leave your camera on if it's off. Don't worry. I got this phone here. I'm going to go live on that. If things really start to get hairy, I'm going to try to make sure I catch this for you guys. My lights are flickering a fair bit, so I need to... Oh, come on. Get in, you stupid piece of crap. Get in here. Come on. I haven't logged into Facebook in a minute on this, my work phone. Christ. Okay. All right. So I'm going to... All right. Make sure I'm typing this up on Hail Trace here so I can go live. Because, all right, next update. All right, latest update. So it's at 9:15. That's 2 minutes ago. Waiting for another update. Gotta see if we get something actually on the ground here or not. This is gonna miss me by not much. Like, this is gonna get within a mile of my house. So, we're keeping this rolling though. I'm gonna try to get things. Let's see, title. Where the hell do I put the title on here? Okay, latest update. See, yeah, a little bit of a. Be probably a quick little spin up here. All right, so it's just south, northwest 10th. Oh man, I'm gonna lose freaking power. Shit. Okay. Oh, you hear that wind? There you go. There's the wind coming in. Okay, all right. I have my phone. I got my phone ready to go. So as soon as this goes out, I'm going to switch over to my phone, and we will continue on there. Okay. So again, latest update from about a minute ago. I'm at 24th Street, and they're at Northwest 10th. Okay, power outs on 23rd. We're gonna lose power. This is gonna happen, guys. Well, this little donut hole right here. This is man. This is passing. Gosh, this is passing like within a mile of my house. All right, we're gonna be moving due north. I think Oklahoma City is getting impacted here, but I'm going to. Again, I'm keeping it going. I'm just keeping this going here, guys. So, winds are ripping in my house right now. But as long as I got here with this coverage, I can just kind of give you an update what's happening elsewhere in the city. More Norman, Newcastle, you got 1 inch hail. More Norman, the storm's moving in now. These strong winds are moving in now. No hail in my house, but powerful winds. That's a big gust. Okay. Again, trying to make sure. So it looks like we have, all right, couplet passing literally. So the little yellow plus is my house. And we have at 23rd and MacArthur. Holy shit. Okay. So 23rd and between 23rd Meridian and 23rd and MacArthur is where we have a lowering of correlation coefficients and a bit of a couplet here. I don't know if there's anything confirmed. I have not lost power yet, so we can keep going. Yeah, this wind is really cranking here, guys, and like I hope you can hear it on my video. I'm amazed I haven't lost power yet. Elsewhere, again, we're ripping across Oklahoma City. Downtown, you're getting impacted now. The strong winds are impacting Edmond. We have, dang, look at this. Like, holy cow. Down here, south side of Norman, look at the, like, Goldsby. You guys just got rocked by something here. Winds only 850 feet up, showing 88 mile per hour winds just on the far southern sections of Norman. Probably going to be impacting Highway 9 and the intersection of Highway 9 and God, what the hell is this called? Freaking Classen? Yeah, Highway 9 and Classen. You guys are about to get ripped pretty high. Yes, lights have been flickering. Yes, that's what you're seeing on here. But yet my power is holding on. I am holding on here, guys. I don't know how in the hell this is happening, but we got strong winds. I'm moving into the west sides of Norman, especially south side of Norman here. Notice, look at that. Look at the way the supercell looks on this. It looks like a supercell within the line here, right along Highway 9, right near the National Weather Service, actually, here in Norman, Oklahoma. They are getting ripped with something intense right now, especially south side of Norman, parts of Noble, potentially up to 80 to 90 mile an hour winds. We're only about 800 feet up. Okay, tornado warning now out for, or it might have been out a minute ago, I don't even know. Tornado warning, yeah, tornado warning was issued for Norman, Oklahoma for this storm because of the intensity of here. Radar indicated with that. Third tornado warning now actually issued up by Piedmont as well. I'm going to try to see what that was showing. I do not see anything there. I honestly, I got kind of zoomed in on my house, so Oh. Okay. Oh. Do I still have internet? I do. Okay. All right, we're still live. We're still live. Let's do it. Do it to it. Okay. So, looking here on the... Okay, lights are flickering a lot. And I'm seeing quite a bit of lowered CCs here in Bethany. Notice that right here, lowered in Bethany. I'm only about, okay, well now it's a mess. I was only about a mile away from that, so just like that, the rain's over at my house. Okay, I'm gonna try to just kind of keep going on here. Okay, so notice how fast it's been going here, man. So again, here, my house seems to be going on. Power's been flickering quite a bit. Looks like chat has been going crazy on my work end. But okay, latest radar update. You are getting, oh my god. Okay, so look right here, right above me. This is a gust. The radar's picking up. This might just be a couplet. That could be, actually, you know what? I can't tell if this is noise. But this is the NROT, which indicates like rotation, normalized rotation, showing the potential for a tornado. God, I can't believe my power hasn't gone out. This could be a tornado here, right along Highway 9, just east of Classen and Norman. Could be. I can't confirm this yet. I see a little bit of lower correlation coefficient right at the intersection of Highway 9 and Classen and South Norman, but I can't confirm that. Okay, so if not. At 600 feet up, we're showing 124 mile per hour winds. That makes me think that that's the couplet potentially of something tornadic. So potentially something there. Further to the north, again, powerful winds impacting Norman, impacted Oklahoma City. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that could be potentially tornadic here in the city right now. Geez, man, we already had a hell of a push here into Oklahoma City, up north in Edmond. If you're concerned about something tornadic, I'm not seeing anything right now. I'm not seeing anything up by Piedmont either. I think the most likely chance of something is down here in Norman. Let me get down back to that. Okay, yes. Okay, this is a tornado here. Tornado here east, Norman. Oh, something about Reed is there with video. Okay, I need to get back onto the actual, let me get back onto my own live video so I can see what we got going on. Okay, back on the live video. I'm trying to see the comments that you guys got coming in. Okay. All right, so yes, this is a tornado. Definitely a tornado here. Notice, look at that ball of lower correlation coefficients. This is a pretty intense, either the RFD or the radar just like freaking the hell out. But that's a tornado. Tornado on the ground for sure happening. Yeah, tornado happening here, guys. Let's see, where is this? East Alameda Street and Red Wing Drive here in Norman, so East Norman. So it's dropped. Looks like it first dropped down here at Classen and Classen and Highway 9. Moved northeast. It crossed 24th Avenue southeast. It looks like it impacted this neighborhood along Clearwater Drive. This whole neighborhood here. We have that. It's a little hard to see on my thing, but you have all these. Why are the sirens going off again? We have all of these neighborhoods. Looks like got impacted here by this tornado, and it's continuing to race to the northeast very fast. Like, I'm getting like 2-minute updates, and this thing's moving like 3 miles. So the most recent update, it was on East Alameda Street, and it's gonna keep moving northeast. It's gonna cross Moonlight Drive very soon. I think it's gonna the northern sections, the far northern section of the Lake Thunderbird, right? So all these houses here on the northern sections of Lake Thunderbird, like along Stardust Lane and and probably the same street I just said a second ago, but it's not showing up on the map. Yeah, we're moving northeast. Confirmed tornado on the ground, ongoing here, guys. This right here, lower correlation coefficient showing up. This is southeastern Norman. So we have a tornado for sure ongoing here, folks. All right, racing to the northeast. Confirmed tornado warning. Just waiting for another radar update. This thing is moving. I can tell you how fast it's moving. Northeast at 45 miles an hour. You're not going to be able to see it. It's moving very fast. It's dark. Just get in your shelter. You hear those sirens, just get in your shelter. I know the sirens are going off here at my house in Oklahoma City, but we just got tornado winds all over the place. The winds were ripping here at our house, and I'm amazed I did not lose power. So latest update, oh, that's not good. Okay, the correlation, notice that debris ball, that is a debris ball showing up on reflectivity. Okay, so this is right where my mouse is, where you're seeing that darker red, that pink showing up. That is actually that is debris being picked up by the radar that's being lofted in the air by this tornado. This is a tornado ongoing now here in Norman, north side of Lake Thunderbird. Okay, you see the correlation coefficient, the blue, the deep blue, that is a debris ball ongoing. Okay, this is impacting the north section. So these are homes on the eastern sides of Norman. So you can actually see the map kind of behind me. If I turn the radar off for a second, all of these homes here, okay? Don't know how wide this tornado is. I just know there is a tornado. It is ongoing. I'm picking up only about 300 feet off the ground and is lofting debris, okay? The radar is picking up, Jesus, God, okay. That gate to gate, there's no way that gate to gate shear is that high, is it? I'm saying at least a EF2, okay? Probably EF2 tornado happening right now on the east side of Norman. Just north of Lake Thunderbird, north of Alameda Drive, moving northeast very fast. We're going to get very close to the radar, okay? Sirens are going off here in western Oklahoma City, but that's okay. There's no tornado. That they got close to me, but it passed. It passed. I got lucked out. So latest update here. So this is from just a few seconds ago. Tornado still ongoing. Again, you can see the debris ball showing up. You can see how wrapped up this storm is. Okay. I'm not getting a lot of good road data over here, but Stardust Lane looks to be like exactly where it's over right now. If I turn the radar off, okay, it might be just crossing where the output for Lake Thunderbird is. So we might be getting in between some homes here in far eastern sections of Norman, but we're gonna get to more stuff here in the eastern Norman. We're gonna get very, very close to we're getting very close to the radar facility. So this is a cone of silence right here. So we're too close to the radar to see anything. This is gonna move likely in this general direction. So here's the debris ball. We're gonna move probably just skirting the outskirts of the cone of silence here within the radar facility. So downstream a little bit with this, North Butler Road, Clinkenbeard Road northeast. This is where that's where it's heading right now. See the tornado continuing here. You can see that rotation coming around. The wraparound wind, the rear flank downdraft of this is going to be nuts, okay? The radar is clocking only a couple hundred feet up, almost over 100 miles an hour. I mean, a lot of that's the rotation within the tornado itself, but you're easily getting winds into the 80s. I mean, good God, look at that. Look at how it is wrapping up in itself. That is going to be some powerful rear flank downdraft winds anywhere. So where you got hit with the tornado and anywhere just south of that tornado are going to be impacted with some very, very powerful winds. This is a strong tornado here. EF2 or greater is considered strong. This is definitely a strong tornado. I really hope all the folks here that are being impacted by this right now have gotten into their safe place, into their tornado shelters, or if they're in a mobile home they left a while ago. So you can see the map pretty much right by where I'm at. These homes here, there are quite a few homes scattered about in here with a lot of farms, a lot of trees and whatnot, people in and around the lake in this area. Again, this is racing off to the northeast here. So this is the far eastern sections of Norman. Golly, what are the other towns? Like Hera or something? they're not showing up on my radar, but again, there's definitely still a tornado ongoing here in sections of Norman. Okay, the work chat has been going nuts. So let me just I'm going to take 2 seconds. I'm going to look at this here while here. Okay. Go turn cool. Okay. Okay, not getting anything crazy on this. Okay, within our chat, nothing too earth-shattering within our work chat. Just people losing their minds. So yeah, Jennings, yeah, maybe. I honestly, if you can at this point, if you can see the radar, so it's like this weird white, like golf ball looking thing. That debris field is huge. Well, let's impact a Prague. Might be a bit. Okay, hang on. Let me get my radar back up here. Okay, golly, man, that tornado is definitely still going. This tornado is raging. So now that we've actually gotten very close to the radar, you can very clearly see the rotation, right? So towards and away the radar. Well, since we're right next to the radar, that rotation very clearly, big spin, big tight couplet, tornado on the ground with all of this, all the lower correlation coefficients showing. The NROT isn't gonna work this close to the radar, but yeah, there's for sure a tornado on the ground right now, impacting probably at this point. I don't know why all these, like East Indian Hills Road, and we're gonna cross over sections of the lake here, and we're gonna keep moving east, east northeast, towards town of Pink, I guess, Dale, Bethel Acres. Generally the eastern eastern Cleveland County, and then heading towards generally probably to the south of I-40, probably across I-40, over here somewhere, by Dale and McLeod. Yeah, look at that. You can see a really, really good image of this. You can see that rotation, that gate-to-gate shear is no joke. So we're getting, what was that, 60, just about 60 toward, 77 away. Yeah, like I can say pretty confidently that we've had probably a solid EF2 tornado ripping across sections of Norman here, depending on, I guess, how we get, what damage they find, or however this thing works. So other than the tornado, I mean, we've had a 59 mile per hour wind gust in Oklahoma City, I think the ASOS station in downtown. My house, just based off of what I could hear, I definitely got gusts around and maybe over 60. I didn't get to, I can't really look out my windows super great because it's dark to get a visual representation of how strong the winds were in comparison to hurricanes I've been to and stuff. But just by audio, we were definitely getting gusts in the low 60s. It's amazing my power didn't go out. OG&E is probably so happy right now that we're not getting a widespread power outage situation across the city. Jones. Okay. All right. So this is sorry, we're getting a little all over the place, but when these storms impact where I live, it gets a little more intense just to keep an eye on. But okay, Oklahoma City, that tornado warning in Oklahoma City will get canceled. Notice there's no storms happening in Oklahoma City right now. Looks like, oh man, Enid had a tornado warning as well. It looks like that likely nothing on the ground. So the main thing on the main story here is in Norman, to the east of Norman now, and we now have a tornado warning to include Shawnee, confirmed tornado warning. This is moving northeast at 55 miles an hour, It's over southeastern Oklahoma City, or over Stella, and this will be heading towards places like Shawnee in the next 10-15 minutes or so. And yeah, the radar is getting all confused now that we're like right by it. You have such strong winds. A little hard to tell right now. Real messy. We're in the real messy zone of correlation coefficient, so I can't tell if we have anything on the ground at this exact moment. Oh man, yeah. So notice. So let me roll the radar back, right? Notice right where my mouse is here on correlation coefficient, you have all this lowering. This is just interference with the radar. So as the tornado moved towards it, it got very messy. So it's very hard to tell if there's a tornado on the ground right now, or if a tornado warning for Prague. Okay, yes. So there you go. Get in your shelter, Dakota. I'm trying my best here, guys. We just have a lot happening at once. So looking at this, I'm not sure if this is on the ground. We're in a crappy radar section, right? So the image is pretty distorted. I can't tell if it's just on the ground. I can't tell if it's just debris, because after a stronger tornado has, sucked up a bunch of stuff, it's very hard to know when it's still on the ground, like in the immediate aftermath, or if it's just all the debris still in the air having to come down, because you're still going to pick it up on radar, right? All the debris is just going to take its time. Papers and lighter things and all that are going to take a minute to come down, but it's also difficult right now to say that there's activate a tornado because we're so close to the radar and everything is so distorted. But either way, if you're hearing those sirens going off, Shawnee, Meeker, Johnson, Prague, yes, Prague, you're on the far end of this, but get into your tornado shelter. Continue, either watch me or watch somebody else. I don't care. Just whatever you need to do to get safe. Also had let's see, another report, 58 mile per hour winds in North Yukon. See, we have the tornado warning. Yes, finally got really narrowed down, pretty much just over Arcadia now. And I think it's just radar indicated. And this thing's moving so fast that it's probably at the this is like at the tail end. It's already crossed Route 66. It looks like, yeah, and we're racing off to the northeast. So again, most of the metro here, it looks like has since passed. Looks like we got some quarter-size hail in Newcastle a little bit ago, but look at that, the line passed. It's 9:40, and the rain's over, guys. For most of the metro, it's pretty much the biggest game in town is this nasty storm, which it's crazy. We went from a line of storms, essentially a derecho, to a supercell with a powerful tornado on it. You can see this right here, the surging line of wind looks like it's getting sucked into the storm. Like the inflow. This is the inflow for the storm right here. Going up in here, boom, inflow to this actual storm is the squall line. So Shawnee, you're going to get hit with strong gusty winds, likely 60, 65 mile an hour winds, and then to your north is this tornadic supercell that is churning along here. So I do see with a radar update we're starting to get a little away from the distortion of the radar. It looks like we now are I'm still having a hard time though seeing what exactly is all going down here. This does not look like a tornado signature. Yes, there's still stuff in the air with this storm, but I'm not seeing a clear debris ball like we were seeing earlier in Norman, which was very concerning. This was definitely a pretty intense tornado. It looks like, again, likely a strong tornado. EF2 is considered strong. Not this isn't like the Moore tornado from 2013 or anything, but definitely a damaging tornado impacting the eastern sections of Norman, parts of Oklahoma City, and now we are pulling away here from the really bad area of the radar to be able to see a little easier. And if there is a tornado on the ground, it's this guy right here, right along I-40, just to the east of South Potawatomi Road. Okay, And then, yeah, we're moving northeast very fast. So it's gonna looks like this would be heading south side of McLeod is likely where this will go if there is a tornado right now with this storm. Thankfully, it looks like at this moment we do not have a large tornado ongoing. It's just a very intense storm. We'll definitely have some pretty strong winds here moving into Shawnee coming soon. Prague, you'll get your tornado siren sign here soon enough. Again, thanks everybody for watching our stream. You know, I know obviously things get a little intense. This is probably the first stream I have done where things got little close to my house. I was ready to roll. I kept it rolling. I honestly just wanted to make sure I could get it on camera for you guys. So I knew things wouldn't be happening wouldn't be happening over on my house. Nothing particularly intense, but I want to make sure that we could keep getting this info out to you guys as this storm continues to evolve. Looks like you're gonna get a pretty nasty punch of wind here in Shawnee, guys. Like, look at that. That is intense. That is going, again, wind gusts. I wouldn't be surprised to get over 65 mile an hour across Tecumseh and Shawnee. In the next is 9:43 by 10 o'clock. Further north, good news within this tornado warning. Well, good news at the moment. I don't think they're, I don't want to say it yet. I don't think there's tornado on the ground right now, but I think it's very possible here, right in here. Fish Market Road and I-40 moving northeast. It'll cross Highway 270 here between McLeod and Dale on the southern sides of McLeod. Probably, hopefully, it can stay south of Redskin Road as we keep racing to the northeast. But right now, I do not see anything on the ground this exact second. It's like we had a report of estimated quarter size hail 6 northwest of Stella by the radar. Again, likely these hail reports I think are likely going to be fairly isolated. I think the wind is the bigger deal here. Looks like we had a pretty strong gust of wind again. Power managed to stay on in my house, so that's good. But things continue racing off to the east. Folks down the line in Tulsa. Whoop. I almost spoke too soon. They do sound them for high winds, yes. Okay, so Tulsa is down the line here. This strongest storm, the track that it is taking, where the strongest winds are going to be, it most likely impact places like down the line here, like Bixby, maybe Jenks, Southern Broken Arrow, Coweta. That area I think would be the best chance for the strongest winds, the most severe sections of the storm thus far, because everything off to the north here in Kay, Noble, Garfield counties, those are going to go north of Tulsa. So the biggest thing of concern right now is the couplet from the previous tornado. Repeating sirens in Prague. Okay, yep. I do not see a tornado at this exact second, but it is very possible that there's someone in here. So you can't say the all clear at all with this, right along Parkwood Road. I'm going to go in a more zoomed out view, see what we got going on elsewhere. It looks like down to the south, we had a 77 mile per hour wind gust northwest of Velma. Let's see, 57 in Duncan, 66 also in Duncan. You had that 70 in Chickasha. Again, you got those confirmed tornado warnings. Looks like this one, that one definitely can expire here. We got that confirmed tornado warning for the Shawnee area, but I don't think this is on the ground at this exact moment unless trackers can say otherwise. It's like further to the north, up by tornado warning down south of Wichita, and wind gusts of 67 miles per hour are recorded in Clearwater, and this is heading to Wichita right now. I think Wichita, Kansas has a warning, 70 mile per hour winds with this moving into Wichita, we have that tornado warning by Wellington. I unfortunately don't have the radar up for that one. Further to south, down south by Dallas, it looks like, yeah, that cap seems to be winning the day. We do not have anywhere near as strong as storms here south of the Red River. It looks like these storms are starting to kind of fizzle out a bit. It looks like the majority of the strongest winds are really being hugging that Red River in the Oklahoma side of things. So again, the most intense stuff we've had so far. Definitely Norman, unfortunately, might have been the bullseye for this with that tornado that did occur. And yeah, look at that. Okay, so now as we're but again, these storms aren't done. The very strong, powerful straight line wind, Shawnee, minutes away here, guys, is 947, 950, 955. Looks like we're going to be in some trouble here. So strong gusty winds in the 60s going to impact Shawnee momentarily. Really strong winds along I-40, probably by the Grain Casino and points east. Very strong winds on the backside, right in the immediate backside of the storm, across McLeod and Dale right now. But good news, I see no indication of a tornado ongoing at the moment. Still tornado warned, but it looks like this storm is becoming more outflow dominant, gusting out a bit. At least for the time being, I do not see any tornado, but that tornado warning is still very much warranted because that can change very quickly, okay? You saw how quickly I had to shift back around here across the Oklahoma City area and Norman and whatnot because how fast those tornadoes managed to come up. So, okay, I'm going to take 2 seconds. I need to drink some water. I've been talking for a while straight here. Got my big jug of water. Keep me going. Keep me going, okay? So, all right. Now we got that latest radar update. We are now crossing the strong winds, crossing the Shawnee again. I'd say it's very likely 60 to 65 miles an hour. And notice I can hear it. The storms have passed. It's 9:50 here in my house, and I still hear those winds, and my lights are still flickering. There's a good chance I may lose my power still tonight. So the worst gust of winds, I think, have hit Oklahoma City, but I think we could still get that going here. So, again, the worst storm that had happened, without a doubt, was earlier here across the Norman area. Unfortunately, it looks like we had some pretty strong winds and then a definite, potentially pretty strong tornado across the eastern sections of Norman. Honestly, just barely missed hitting like the much more densely populated urban center of Norman. And that has since raced to the east. Shawnee itself, you're getting it hit with winds right now. Some of radar's picking up between like 55 and 660-ish here. I hear meteorologists got to stay hydrated. Yes. Yeah, stay hydrated, everybody. So, the strongest winds look like probably in the immediate rear flank downdraft from the previous tornado across Dale. Possibly much stronger winds there, closer to 70 miles an hour. Possible with that. I think overall just generally stronger winds. I mean, the radar's showing things closer to into the 80s, or I mean, this one's like clipping real hard at 117, but that's not what's happening at the ground. I think, around 70, I think is very possible by Dale. Shawnee in the 60s, probably pretty strong gust of wind, probably a lot of power flickering if you're in Shawnee. I know whoever's from Norman is the new Moore. I mean, really, Norman's gotten a couple pretty intense storms the last couple of years. We could be in for a pretty busy storm season. So this, I don't think, is the last time we will be talking about severe weather here in the metro, and many other metros will be involved with this, unfortunately, as well. So we hope a little more for hail. Hail's very impactful, but it does, it isn't as potentially deadly as a tornado can be. We do not want to see intense tornadoes that hit anybody. But they happen. We're here to track them. So let's see, latest radar update. Little concerned here for just north of I-40 in Shawnee. This little guy right here, right along North Kickapoo Street in Shawnee. You have a little bit of a couplet. You got this little correlation coefficient lowering that looks like a ball. This could just be some radar noise, but it could be something more. So this next update, we could have something pop up again. This is why this tornado warning is still in effect, and why I'm not calling the all clear by any means, just because we don't have the big tornado on the ground anymore. Well, we need to be very careful because this is a very dynamic, very powerful storm. It can redevelop very quickly here as things keep moving through. And folks in Arcadia, I know that tornado warning is still there for some reason, but it's over. You don't worry. The storm has passed. There, you can call it the all clear up in Arcadia. You can call the all clear in Norman for tornadic activity. It's still windy though, but there definitely is not a tornadic storm. Okay, yep, looks like we got our tornado here, folks. Yep, tornado northern sections of Shawnee, Oklahoma. North Harrison Street and Garrett's Lake Road. So here it is. Looks like probably started back here actually, just south of I-40 along West 45th Street. It crossed I-40 to North Kickapoo Street, and now we are on Highway 18 moving northeast. So again, that tornado warning in effect. New tornado has formed north of Shawnee. Going to be moving northeast between Meeker and Johnson. It's going to be moving northeast pretty quick. Folks in Prague, I know someone's been watching from Prague. This is heading generally in your direction, okay? So it's on the back side of all of the heavy rain and some of the gusty winds. This has kind of been the trend here. It looks like it's moving northeast enough where it's probably going to split the gap between Meeker and Prague. So if you're in the center of town of Prague, you're probably going to be okay from this particular one. But this is why I say get in your tornado shelters, find your tornado safe spot, because again, we're just getting these little guys popping up here, and here, and here, and you just gotta kind of stay on your toes, because these can pop up and start doing damage very fast. Yeah, this is a very compact little tornado here. This latest update, we were back right by Garrett's Lake Road and North Harrison Street, and now here we are at whatever it is, Moccasin Trail Road. And so now we're going to keep moving northeast. Again, this is going to probably go on the eastern sides of Meeker and keep racing northeast before probably eventually dying here somewhere to the east of Chandler. So again, this is going to the northeast, so it looks like with the tornado warning updated, I'm assuming it's continuing that radar confirmed tornado near Johnson, moving northeast to 60. So this is rocketing to the northeast, guys, like it has been. Like there's no slowing down these storms, okay? So that's all. You don't want to like try to go look at them. Yeah, this is a pretty intense couplet here. Definitely a tornado ongoing. This is, I don't even know, like the fourth one since I've started this one. This is a February tornado outbreak here across Oklahoma within a line of storms and strong gusty winds. This is why you had that moderate risk for today. This is why you had the buildup for this. So we just had quite a bit of, pretty serious severe weather here. Checking out what we got going on. Yep, we got the their pictures. Okay, some pictures are coming in. All right, I'm gonna take. Well, we got. Yeah, so we have some pictures coming in, but we do have this tornado still ongoing here. I'm gonna click on a couple of these. I'm gonna see what comes out. I think these are from Norman showing up on Twitter for you folks to see. Okay, this is damage at the Ave, which is one of the apartments for student housing, showing up here in Norman. Not sure. I don't know if this is the tornado or if it was strong straight line winds. Let me bring up another one here. Yeah, the avenue again. So this is one of the last student housing with this here in Norman. Oh, this is a video actually. Let's see what we got here. Okay, tornado. Yeah, a lot of power flashes showing up on this video. Can't see myself. There we go. So can I turn the volume on this? Is there swearing? Yeah, it doesn't sound like there's any audio on this video. But yeah, the power flashes definitely. So you couldn't see it. Notice how rain wrapped this was. There's big power flashes coming from here. Up, power went out. So it must have hit the southern sections of the Ave apartment complex here in Norman, Oklahoma. Again, these apartment, a lot of student housing. University of Oklahoma is a very big school. Yeah, those are power flashes right there for sure. Yeah, a lot of power flashes with this. Probably taking power out for a lot of folks. Let me look at this one. See what we got on here. Again, more power flashes. Looks like, again, lost student. I'm trying to see if we can see the tornado. So you can't really see it. You just see the power flashes coming in. Yeah, this is a power flash from like one spot in particular. Dang. Oh, there we go. Audio on this one. Yeah, I can't really tell too much. That's the thing. It's dark, right? It's dark and rain wrapped and everything. It's really difficult to see. And if you guys are watching from Norman, you have like any videos or pictures you want to send, please send them our way and we can look at them. There we go. Some damage coming in. Tornado damage east on the east of Moore showing up. Yeah, you can tag Ryan Hall, tag Helltrace too, so we can see and we can share them in our videos, especially once like the hail season really takes off too. Got here another picture.
Power lines down, fence.
No warning, I haven't watched this yet, so if he swears, he swears.
Damaged fences here. Power is out here on the southeast side of Norman. Police have the road blocked here. You can see the houses are dark here. No power here in this neighborhood. The tornado just came through in the squall line. You even see the lightning still off to the east. Now, this is the damage path right here, across right here through here. This is 24th Street in Norman, Oklahoma.
Okay, so that was on 24th Street. Didn't look too crazy there. I think that must have been pretty early in the evolution of the tornado. I'm curious to see how things continue to evolve. So I'll be trying to keep an eye on everything as we keep coming in more, but okay, let me okay, I'm still on here. Let's see how the storm has evolved since I've been looking at this. Oh my goodness. Okay, so while we were looking at some pictures from Norman, this tornado got kind of mean and looks like it has since started ejecting its debris on the east side of Meeker here. Notice all of that debris showing up, and very likely the way the debris ball kind of morphed and evolved, I think the tornado may have since lifted. The velocities don't look as strong as it did before, but you definitely had a pretty mean little tornado on the far southeastern sections of Meeker, Oklahoma. So yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm keeping this rolling. I haven't done this in a while, so and it's always gets kind of stressful when it gets very close to your home and got friends and family everywhere. Oklahoma City, been here a while, so very intense, very stressful. Got family members living in Norman, so it's you gotta do what you gotta do. So here down Davis and Sulphur, looks like you're getting some hail down here south of Wynnewood. Moving towards Sulphur, again, probably quarter, $half size hail mixed with this and strong winds. You have that 75 mile per hour, 77 mile per hour wind back by Velma. That wind probably still pretty strong here, moving towards the Sulphur area. Another little finger here back by Byers. These are the things weirdly in this storm today that you have to pay attention to. It's like the backside of the storm, the little curly Q showing up, and that's where we begin a handful of the tornadoes coming in today. So a little unusual from what you're probably normally used to seeing if you watch storm coverage or really aware of how storms work. Sometimes usually within the line of storms you get a tornado and it's like coming out through kind of like what we're seeing right here on the actually what we're seeing develop right now, southern sections of Prague, where usually you get what happens as a storm. It's along the southwestern edge like this, and it kind of curls down and you get like the spin of tornado. That's what it seems to be trying to do here on southwestern sections of Prague. Now the reflectivity and the velocities aren't lined up, so this is actually ahead, so this is more accurate to what's happening right now. So this area of concern here is south of the Moccasin Trail Road, just to the west, like 2 miles west of Highway 377, which I know goes through the center of Prague. And this is moving generally to the east-northeast, so it should go down. It should be going to the south of Prague proper. So if you are in you live in like a farm or something on the southern sections of Prague, Oklahoma, definitely make sure again you're in your tornado safe place. Stay in your tornado safe place until the sirens are done sirening, because we're definitely getting a series of little tornadoes popping up. Now notice we had a tornado again by Meeker, and you have all of this debris, all of this lower CCs, the green you're seeing on here, that's just debris that got lofted from the tornado that happened a little while ago, just kind of being pushed away into sparks. So it looks like I'm not seeing too much on radar to really indicate that there's a tornado still happening to the east of Meeker, but there's still debris in the air from it. Yeah, pushing forward here. Yeah, keeping a close eye on this by Prague, Oklahoma, because again in the squall line that tends to be get the little curly Q coming out of the southwestern, trying to jut out in front of the line. That's where you start to see the more intense stuff with this. So going for 90 minutes now. Okay. I'm getting some pictures in. Getting some more pictures in. We have interns from the University of Oklahoma, so getting word from some folks here. It's like, oh dang. Yeah, looks like some damage for sure from here. Yeah, so this is from the Ave apartment complex in Norman. So this was coming from our intern Gwen, not from her, but from one of her friends. Again, Norman has a lot of stuff going on. Okay, looks like I see we have another post here from Twitter from the Norman area. Multiple injuries reported following tornado touchdown near Norman, and there's a picture of a bit of a lowering here, which, I mean, all things considered, within the a nighttime, pretty rain-wrapped event, we actually have something showing up here. Oh, okay. Gwen's actually sending a bunch of pictures. Hang on. So I'm gonna bring up some stuff. We actually have some pictures. Looks like our intern has found other pictures from some of our other friends that impacted the storm that goes heading towards my house that was down by Mustang, that tornado that we found. I believe she said southwest Oklahoma City near Mustang for some of these pictures. So I'll bring them up here. Bring it up. It looks like some damage here. Damage to a roof, it looks like. Yeah. Yeah, some damage here in these homes. My house took a direct hit by a tornado, so that's an experience. Yeah, look at messed up fences and stuff. So it looks like a weaker tornado that impacted the Mustang area. Doesn't surprise me. Probably EF0, maybe EF1. I can't really say without seeing too much of the damage, but yeah. So looking at this here again, kind of continuing this coverage, we have kind of alternating from damage photos coming in. So we're seeing damage photos from the Mustang area, seeing damage photos coming in from Norman. Tornado again happened by Meeker. It's like we are seeing a wind gust 61 mile per hour from the Mesonet and Shawnee. So there you go, wind gusts in the 60s. Prague, you're being impacted now. Doesn't look like, I'm kind of keeping an eye to make sure. This looks a little suspicious here on Highway 377 moving to the northeast. Probably more of an issue now for Payton than for Prague, but I don't think, knock on wood. Actually, let me look. I was gonna say I don't think there's any tornadoes happening right now, but I honestly can't say that with any level of confidence because I've been zeroed in on like one storm and there's been other stuff going on. We got tornado warning over by Ponca City. This is not confirmed. We have wind gusts of 60 mile per hour in Wichita. 58 mile per hour wind gust was reported at the airport. That was the official wind gust at the National Weather Service in Wichita. 67 reported, so winds around 60 in Wichita. We had winds of 59 in Pauls Valley, 60 in Ringling. Down south, down in Dallas, not really too much. Non-severe thunderstorms, except for this one little guy towards Mineral Wells, which is warm for 60 mile per hour winds and quarter size hail. I can tell you right now, there's not quarters in that storm. So, looks like down south in Dallas, reason why you guys are in a marginal risk, not really that big of a deal. But here, the risk is now moving towards south of Tulsa. So Tulsa itself, no severe thunderstorm warning. The most intense storms are staying south of I-44, so it's very likely to be heading towards like southern side of Jenks, Broken Arrow, Bixby, Coweta, places like Muskogee, Fort Gibson, Tahlequah, Wagner. You're gonna be more at risk as this stuff continues moving east. And okay, we just got, is that a new confirmed warning? Yep, new confirmed warning just came out. Tornado producing storm is located sparsely north of 50 an hour, storm capable of producing tornadoes 1 mile south of Prague. Radar confirmed tornado. Let me. Oh, you know what happened? We're crossing over. So we're crossing out of Oklahoma City, like National Weather Service Norman's warning region. We're now moving into Tulsa's warning region. So there's gonna be a weird crossover here. So I was gonna say I don't, or maybe there is. Oh no, there is a new one. Never mind. I'm dumb. Spoke too soon, guys. We have, a tornado here by Sparks. That's the reason for the new tornado warning. It's near some kind of lake, it looks like. Or something. Can't tell what this is near because like the roads get kind of janky over here. But we're south of Davenport. And this is moving to the northeast. South of I-44. Gonna go south of Stroud. Yeah, gonna go south of Stroud, looks like. Yeah, we'll probably skirt just to the south of Stroud. So following this debris ball, we'll be moving generally northeast like this, likely crossing West Elm Street to the east of a road that won't show up for me. A bunch of roads won't show up for me. East of South First Street or something like that. Fortunately, the roads aren't working too great for me on that one. So, okay. Yeah, so another tornado. So every time I think we're kind of done, it's not too much. So any hail with these is a question I'm getting. We got a couple little bits of quarters here and there, but for the most part, straight line winds and tornadoes have been the name of the game. Further out west in western Oklahoma, bigger hail. We had up to golf ball size hail there. So honestly, props to our meteorologist Andrea. She did the forecast for today, and I think she pretty much nailed it on the hail forecast for sure. And I think she did pretty well here with the risk for the wind and tornadoes as well. The wind could have been way crazier here in Oklahoma City specifically. But it looks like what ended up happening was the storm wrapped up so much and then dropped a tornado, and that kind of seemed to take over quite a bit. I think pretty widespread 60-mile-per-hour winds across Oklahoma City. There might have been some pockets of stronger. I don't actually know, just because there was so much. I know it was pretty intense here at my residence here in like central Oklahoma City. So let's look through. Okay. A lot of things happening. What? There's a lot of chat. Going on in chats. Okay. I'm trying to find more damage photos here from. The team is posting damage photos, trying to keep you guys up to date here. What's going on? So heavy damage, South Norman, Highway 9 and 12th. Down power lines, trees everywhere. Stay safe tonight as this continues in eastern Oklahoma. So let's see some pictures. It looks like some trees jacked up here. Yeah, it looks like trees shredded, branches torn apart, power poles down. I'm assuming what's going to happen is we won't know the true breadth of like the damage, especially in areas a little harder to get access to. Let me look here. Looks like, man, a lot of insulation got sprayed at the Ave, probably from the stuff getting torn apart. I was out chasing, what they said. Dang it, let's see. Tim Claypool, I was out chasing, but my windshield wiper got torn up, so I had to call it early. Dang. That's a bummer. Getting windshield wiper screwed sucks when you're chasing. Okay, we're getting some other ones. We got northeast on 72nd between Rock Creek and Robinson. A wide path of damage for northeast Norman. Again, it's hard to see. It's nighttime, so you get a good idea. Yeah, look at that. Some damage there. It's a little hard to tell. Yeah, it looks like this outbuilding got pretty jacked up. A little tough to see here. Okay, tornado, another one. Okay, this is 12th and Highway 9, so this is probably the Ave again. College students, look at that siding in the tree. This looks like the early part of the tornado definitely was. This is probably closer to like EF0 damage, but I mean, all things considered. All things considered, this could have been way worse. I mean, obviously it impacted an area where a lot of students live. The apartment complex pretty dense, so thankfully we did not have a very powerful tornado. Crap! I hit that one already. Didn't have a not like an F3 or something moving through. So that is very good. Very good. We don't want to see that impacting a lot of stuff. So let's see. What's this one? Power lines down Norman on Lindsay and East 36 Southeast, snapping the power poles. So again, it's hard to say when we don't have really good pictures of damage, but I'm still staying pretty strong with there was definitely an EF2 damage was probably like where a lot of these pictures have originally been coming from was towards the start of the tornado. It looks like close to EF0 damage, EF1 maybe. And then I think the worst damage is going to be a little harder to get to, and we'll see that in the morning. Okay. All right, so let's see. What do we have here? Do we have anything ongoing right now? So we did have that tornado by Stroud. Let's see here, there it was, and kind of there it goes. Looks like that has since lifted. Looks like over here, just strong winds. Prague, you are in the clear now. Strong gusty straight line winds, I think, just heading towards eventually towards north of Okima and then towards Okmulgee in the next hour or so. And yeah, overall, I mean, it's been a pretty busy evening. Pretty busy evening here, folks. Looks like we also have a tornado warning now to the east of Wichita for Augusta, east of Andover. That is just radar indicated, not confirmed. We have a tornado warning south of Shawnee, down by in the little curlicue there by Byers. What we were talking about. Let me go back over to that. Yeah, these little guys sticking out here. Looks like nothing confirmed. But doesn't look. Let's see. Don't think that's confirmed on that one. So, yeah, give us a like. Hey, if you're first time watching, follow our page. Go check out our stuff. I mean, obviously doing everything with severe weather, with tornadoes. I try not to promote, our stuff too much because, this is people's lives. We're just trying to get the info out there. But just got a second to say something. I won't be surprised if this is actually a tornado here. I can't tell if. Okay, it's a tornado. Another tornado here by to the west of Kanawha, Oklahoma, moving to the east-northeast. So this is a completely different storm. Very likely will be a confirmed warning. This is well to the northeast of Ada. Now continuing northeast. The tornado warning for Prague, that will be allowed to expire. It looks like straight line winds to south of Bristow and north of Okima. And then there's another tornado warning up, was it by Ponca somewhere? Yeah, south of Ponca City. That looks like that'll likely be allowed to expire. So I think the only tornado likely going on maybe here to the west of Kanawha, looking at that debris ball signature. So it means like 95 plus for the Joplin area. I don't think we'll see winds that strong as we get into Joplin. Especially, there seems to be a bit of a divide. There's like strong storms south of I-44 and then off to the north of I-44. But it seems like it's splitting the gap. So places like Tulsa, Miami, Grove, Joplin, Pittsburgh, Springfield, you guys might actually manage to split the gap between the two strongest storms. You'll still see wind. I wouldn't be surprised to see winds in in the area, maybe closer to 60, but I don't think you guys are gonna get the crazy strong winds that could have happened had this thing really gone full-fledged on the strong winds. I think the tornado stuff might have gotten in the way. Probably no big hail. I think anywhere east of Tulsa, the chances of anything more than a scattered quarter-size hail isn't going to happen. So that's kind of looking at there. Looks like we're probably another okay, yeah. Wait, no, the tornado warning just got shortened for Okmulgee area. This one will get canceled for sure. Looks like we have another tornado warning this time for Ada. Let me. I can't tell. Is this actually the tornado? Oh no, that's not a tornado. Dang it! I got bamboozled. Yeah, so no tornado on this right now. It's just tornado warned. South down by Ada. I don't know why. Why did this get tornado? Why did this get tornado warned? Is this right here? Is that tornado right there in Ada? Can't tell if this is just like noise. That might just be noise. Well, keep an eye on this. But there's tornado warning for Ada, Oklahoma now. Not super convinced as to why it's happening, but we'll keep a close eye on this as we keep chugging along here. But I do not see any confirmed tornadoes happening at this exact second, so that's good. Looks like Sulphur probably got some hail. Maybe some $quarter to $half size hail. The best hail seems to be with this storm that just hit Sulphur, Oklahoma, and that's moving to the east. I'm assuming this warning includes hail. Yeah, $half size hail, $quarter to $half size hail makes sense from what I'm seeing on radar here. Okay. Yeah, my computer is cooking right now. So while things are going, it looks like we got some more pictures in. Let me click on a couple pictures here. See what we got. Mother, it's always good to try to get more visuals that have come in with this. Big time tornado damage on 12th and 9th in Norman. Okay. I think I know where this is. Yeah, I do know exactly where this is. By an on-cue. That on-cue, like Highway 9 as you're going east, so you can take the exit and go straight off into it. Yeah, a lot of power poles. Look at power poles knocked down quite a bit on here in this video.
Power lines are down at 9.
Okay, yeah, I don't need the audio for that. You guys get the idea. Yeah, power pole, a lot of power poles now. Looks like power's gonna be out here, but I'm not seeing. It's really hard to tell. Can I say anything? I'm not seeing like crazy damage of any roofs pulled apart or anything. All these buildings are pretty new. I mean, we've take our dogs to a little dog park thing that's kind of around this area. So all this stuff seems like it was built pretty recently. I feel like some of the best or some of the worst damage may have been before this video had started. Again, the rear flank downdraft winds from this were also really crazy. So like, I bet it's a pretty wide swath of at least some damage. Okay, tornado damage on Highway 18 north of I-40. Trucks flipped. Highway 18. I don't know where that is. Is that near Norman? I actually don't know. So it's by north of I-40, so this might have been a different tornado. One of the other tornadoes. Again, we've had a handful of tornadoes happen this evening, so I'm honestly just trying to remember them all. But look at that. No confirmed tornado warnings right now. So that's good. We haven't had... It's been a minute since we've had no confirmed tornado warnings. I'm going to lose my voice before before I'm able to get off of here. So... Okay. Okay, I'm looking at some pictures here. Okay, those seem to be all the pictures that have come in on that. There are 23 messages in my family chat. So... Okay, looking at stuff, making sure my family was okay in Norman. Mother-in-law was very concerned about me being really right next to a window. So, yeah, well, we're good. We were good, right? So... We were fine. Everything was fine. So, alright, looks like Ada, risk has passed. I don't see anything that would have indicated you guys had a tornado. Probably just some strong straight line winds. Definitely, some like intense hail might be happening here. East of Sulphur. Fittstown, little town of Fittstown. Looks like you might be fixing for some hail here. $50 size hail with that. And let's see, this tornado risk heading towards to north of Okima looks pretty minimal. So with that, I think now is a good time for me to probably wrap this stream up. Thanks everybody for tuning in. To the folks who've watched for the last 1 hour, 49 minutes, and 56 seconds, thank you so much for checking us out. Follow us on our social media, Twitter, TikTok. I think Andrea was live on TikTok as well, simultaneously as I was live here on Facebook, on YouTube. Follow us on our Instagram, all that fun stuff. We'll be doing a video tomorrow, 12 p.m., probably recapping a lot of what happened here tonight. Check out our products, give us a call, 855-334-4245. I think there's a link in the description below if you want to find out more about Hail Trace as our product as well. And no severe risk tomorrow, I think up in Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, and then potentially a pretty significant risk on Wednesday or Thursday and Friday. So we'll be here breaking all that down for you guys. Hopefully we'll do live coverage from the studio, with it being a Sunday. We did it from home, and props to OG&E. My power stayed on this whole time. I was pretty convinced. I had a flashlight here ready to go. I was pretty convinced that we were going to lose power. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. My end bumper doesn't work, so the video is just going to end abruptly. So thanks for coming in. We'll see you in the next.